Aloha. I wanted to make a quick video, throw together something that really kind of brings together my sentiment and my approach to how I share and what I share and why I share what I share. Where I'm coming from. I know I do not like speaking about this stuff. I'd rather this shit didn't exist. I don't like speaking about what has happened to the human experience. I don't like speaking about this. I don't like having to be in this system the way this system is. I'd rather be living on the land. I'd rather be in nature. I'd rather have my own home, my own environment based upon a harmony with nature, without having to be a part of a destructive system. I'd rather do that. But as long as this system keeps going the way it's going and keeps expanding itself from the depths of the deepest, darkest depths of separating you from nature, separating you from your spirit, separating you from your divinity, separating you from your soul purpose, separating you from your meaning, your essence. I'd rather not have to speak on that shit. I'd rather it not exist, period. But it does. And there are programs to distract you from that existence. And there are programs simultaneously running to expand that program right underneath the noses of the individual and the collective on a regular basis. So no, I don't like speaking about the colonial program. I don't like speaking in reference to genocide and massacres and poison. I'd rather it not exist. But there are brothers and sisters existing right now within this system as if it doesn't exist. Whether they are ignorant to it or they are happily ignorant in looking the other way. Both are both self-destructive and collectively destructive because we are not compassionately connected to, not saying to be weighed down by, but to be consciously connected to the system. The New Age agenda is about running away from the old system and building a new system on top of the bones of the old system. The viruses, the parasites, planting your roots in a parasitic program. Someone who is subscribed to this channel had the nerve to say, I think Subtle Infinity is speaking too much on the colonial program. Well, this is dedicated to that sentiment. If you are watching this as a subscriber or a new subscriber or just passing by, this is why I speak on the colonial program as much as I do. Because it exists. Because it's a cancer. And if you act like that cancer doesn't exist, then you are just as much a part of the problem as the people who are expanding, the entities who are expanding this cancerous problem. You are part of the separation program. So yes, I will speak on this system as long as I feel it necessary to speak on this system. And if you have a problem with that, then you can move the fuck on. Don't watch what I'm doing anymore. Don't come back to this channel. If it's not resonating with you, keep your little whatevers to yourself and go find out what it is that you need to resonate with. Because this channel is not for people who are just going to be walking around zombified, acting like everything is A-okay. This is for information, for people to be informed on the depths of this story, so we can create an understanding, an understanding, an overstanding of how all of these tentacles are interwoven into the individual and the collective, so that we can disassemble this system from the roots to the fruits. If you're okay, if you're happy with your life, if you are privileged enough to be happy in the system, the way the system is right now, by all means, kick rocks. Get the fuck on. But don't bring that old weak, soft ass shit onto these videos comment sections talking about, oh, ... Nobody has time for that shit. So I threw this video together because I saw this, and I just found out about this Shark Island concentration camp. And I realized, holy shit, this is the Columbus time frame, and some intelligent person thought, well, we do have a Black History Month. Why not have a White History Month? Hey, why not put it right in the Columbus time frame and speak on exactly how far this program goes? Let's see how far this goes. So I threw this together so you can research Shark Island and what happened there, so you can understand that this program is still going on today. And until this program gets disassembled, it will continue to expand itself. And if that exists, I will speak whatever the fuck I want, whenever I want, as long as I have the ability to. If the system is okay for you, if you are happy within this system, go live in the forest, go live in your job, go do what you got to do. But don't come around other people who are trying to help other people realize that this system exists, talking shit. Nobody has time for that. That's some weak, soft ass shit. Get the fuck out of the way. Pick up a tool and get to work, or shut the fuck up and get out of the way. Now, this is in reference to the people who have the ability to do this. So I understand people have responsibilities. I'm not speaking in reference to all that, like do any one thing, any particular thing. This is in reference to the counterproductive, ignorant motherfuckers who want to go around talking shit to other people, who have the intention of spreading information, sharing information for the benefit of all, so that we can realize that this system exists and remove it eventually. It's not going to happen overnight, but the removal process needs information. The removal process needs an understanding of how deep this system goes, down into the very connection that you have to nature, the very connection that you have in your relationships, the name that you have, the name that you give your child when you give that child a birth certificate and a fucking social security number, when you send your child to the public education system, when you hope that your child goes to the university system and gets a fucking degree or a master's degree in an enslavement illusory program. When you turn these cartoons on, when you go to the movies and watch these movies that are designed to program you to think, act, and feel a certain fucking way, when you get involved in the new age community and just think everything is love and light and everything is just all right. That is a definite program. There's an intention there to weaken everybody and soften everything so that you may be enslaved, separating you from your ancestors, genetically modifying your food, fluoridating your water, fluoridating your intelligence, shutting down your energy centers, flipping upside down and backwards your connection to God, or what you call God, which is the Most High Spirit essence that exists in everybody, turning your reality into an understanding of a purely physical based realm. If you have a problem with people speaking on that, kick fucking rocks. Get the hell on. Nobody has time for that shit. Got parents, grandparents, children celebrating this self-destructive symbolic energy. Voting is an energetically, a spiritually symbolic essence. When you vote with your slave name that exists in the ethers, it doesn't fucking matter what you are doing to vote. That whole thing. This is why they put people out there, these celebrities, to convince you that this is something you need to do. Because they realize that their system is being revealed for the fucking alchemical illusion it is. You might think that you're doing something good. You might think that you're doing something beneficial for whatever. As long as you think that, you are thinking with your spiritual mind. Do not think that that shit doesn't exist. And it is happening. Down to the very natures of how you even eat. Consuming this flesh, this dead, diseased, genetically modified, low vibrating emotional meat. Accepting that as your reality because some fucking asshole told you that you have canine teeth, so you should be eating like a fucking lion and a tiger and a bear. Oh my. It's fucking ridiculous. Celebrating the massacres and genocides of what's going on. This is fucking bullshit. Get these soft ass people talking about, oh, he's talking too much about the. Get the fuck out of here. People are dying. People are looking the other way because subconsciously they've been trained to not give a fuck about those people. Oh well, those people shouldn't have been living there, shouldn't have been born that way. This is so-called white history. This is the essence of this separation program. You're okay with it. If you just want to go out in nature and connect with spirit and connect with the aliens and connect with ancient aliens and everything is just love and light and okay. Everything is just great. Oh, we discovered that the earth is flat. Oh, wow. There's no, oh, let's just celebrate how smart we are. Oh, yeah, let's just focus on how smarter we are than the people that still believe in the NASA program and the globe theory and all that ridiculous science. They're just a bunch of dummies. Ha 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 ha. Okay, you figure out this information. Now what the fuck are you going to do with it? That's just the blocks and the numbers. What about the whole system itself, the human storyline, the system that storyline is built on top of. What are you going to do about that? Nothing? Just sit around and fucking talk nothing about it? That is the 90th percentile of importance in realizing that you've been lied about the very natures of the plane of existence that you live on. Why is more important than what? The what comes later. The what is what you can build upon later on to make things more harmonic and sustainable and all that other stuff. If you start building on the what before you understand the why, you will enslave yourself in a deeper layer of programming. Talking about this new monetary system, and you're stepping into the new world, new age agenda. Ancient aliens, all this alien con shit, this secret space program, this new age community, this United Nations internet shit, Obama, celebrities speaking at the United Nations. That is the movie reel being played to distract you and simultaneously make you worship it and want it. You're begging for this change, thinking that it's a change for the better. Distracted by your technology and your social media. Distracted by the doggy treats that get delivered to you on a regular basis by your fucking slave masters, while they are simultaneously destroying, still lynching people on the streets just with police cars and guns. You're always talking too much about the colonial program. Get the fuck out of my fucking face with all this bullshit. Couldn't believe I saw that shit. I know people are thinking it. I can feel it when I speak. Like I said, I don't like talking about this shit. But it exists. And some people don't even know about it. People think it's fucking A-okay. It's just great. Everything is just beautiful. That's the essence of the privilege and the supremacy program. It's all right for me. I'm all right. So I'm just not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to stay in there. You are as much a part of the problem as the people who are expanding this process to begin with. Charging you to even have skin to skin connection with your baby after it's born in a fucking backward ass way of being born in those fluorescent ass lights hospitals. Just ridiculous ass doctors. Drunk ass doctors. Not giving a shit ass overworked ass nurses. The fiat currency system and the maritime admiralty system. This is the essence of the colonial program. This is the expansion, the technology, the university system. This is the expansion of the genocide of the Native Americans and the Aboriginal Americans. It's the expansion of the genocide of the Aboriginal Australian people and the colonization of Africa. This is what so-called white history is about. The military and industrial complex and the prison industrial complex. The poisoning of your food and your water. The poisoning of your children's minds. Their baby food. Their future. The separating of everybody from their connection to spirit. That is what this fucking history is all about. And as long as this program still exists, I'm still gonna fucking say something about it. And if you got a problem with it, like I said, kick fucking rocks. People get caught up in the shallow versions of what these stories are based upon. Like people get caught up in the Hillary and Trump movie and don't realize the undertones of the colonial program holding that illusion up. The globe model. The transhumanism agenda, the new age agenda, the new world, new age agenda, these artificial awakening. These fake ass celebrities telling you to vote. They're telling you to dampen out your fire. They're telling you to be a part. They're telling you to install cancer into your babies. Telling you to worship these illusions and these fucking destructive ass people. That's the only way this program can exist, is if you celebrate it. Because if they take one single step back from celebrating Columbus Day, celebrating Thanksgiving Day, celebrating Christmas, then that will open up way too much space for people to realize what the fuck is going on here, how long it's been going on, and how full of shit it is. And what it's all connected to. But fine, if you're okay with the system the way it is, fine. Be okay. Get the fuck out of the way though. Your history is not your history. Your history is a fucking illusion. These holidays, illusions. Celebrations, the mainstream media, alternative news, even into the infrastructure of your conspiracy theories. They're all designed to focus your energy on a layer of programming that still exists within the disempowered mindset. To where you, whatever change that you're hoping for, you just give it away. So they send Hermione fucking Granger and Leonardo DiCaprio to the United Nations to tell you to be emotional about gender equality and global fucking warming. Until we start looking at the way this shit exists, we won't know what to do. We won't know how far we need to go to realize what the fuck has happened. Until we start realizing what exactly has happened up until now and how it still exists today, we won't know what to do. People are too fucking comfortable, too soft, too distracted by the system itself, which is the inherent design of it. Like I said in the last video, where I was referencing the LGBT community and the gay agenda, which is designed to dampen out your fire. This is not a personal attack. This is not a hatred or anything. I know, just like this image says, there are no living white people responsible for slavery right now. But all living white people reap its benefits. This is the privileged mentality. This is the privileged life. The privilege to be able to look the other way. Fine, go have it and go live in the woods and be happy. Go turn the TV off and don't watch this shit. Don't listen to anything anymore. You have that privilege. Fine. Other people can't turn their skin off when they're walking down the street. Other people don't have that privilege. It's ingrained into our very genetics over generations. And like I said in the last video, this is not a hatred towards any race or any people or anything like that. This is an awareness of an energy that exists over generations that manifests into the subconscious and the conscious realities of each and every fucking individual today. And if we don't speak about it, and we act like it doesn't exist, then it will only get worse. Slave breeding in the United States were those practices of slave ownership that aim to influence the reproduction of slaves in order to increase the wealth of slave holders. with the aim of producing slave children and favoring female slaves who produced a relatively large number of children. The purpose of slave breeding was to produce new slaves without incurring the cost of purchase to fill labor. You are a fucking battery. You're a tool. You're a piece of fucking property, cataloged with your social security number, locked away in the state vault with your birth certificate and the sole print of your baby feet, locked away in the state vault. This is a metaphysical enslavement. This is alchemy. People acting like this is a fucking TV show or a Saved by the Bell episode. This goes into the life, the essence, the spirit of each and every individual, each and every culture, each and every single piece of land connected to the people. Each historical document, each statue that exists in the golden ages of humanity, where the noses were fucking broken off to make a statement and create a foundation for people to just be distracted and comfortable and happy with their enslavement. It's worship today. You either act like it doesn't exist, you love it because it provides your security, or you're scared shitless and act like, it doesn't exist. To break these illusions, we have to know our true history. We have to know the depths of what's going on. We have to know how we're still acting out these illusions in our everyday realities. Point in case fucking voting for a Donald Trump or a Hillary Clinton, which is this is a spiritual energy to your enslavement. Instead of challenging yourself to go further than these illusions. Every time we don't do anything about it or even think about it, we are just doing what our ancestors did in the previous decades, who just accepted it. But people have the information and the wherewithal to understand how deep this program goes. So if you do have that information, you have the potential to think of a system that will encompass it will expand outside of the consciousness that created this fucking problem to exist in the first place. But as long as you keep acting like a fucking slave or a distracted child or some weak ass version of a man or some masculine version of a woman, instead of understanding your true harmonic balances, you're still gonna be farting around in the fucking system as if it's just A-okay. This is exactly what the system wants you to do and wants you to be like. This is that Stockholm syndrome, the psychological condition a captive develops after years of torture by their capturer, where after all hope is lost. All hope is lost. This is what voting is. When you're voting, especially voting for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, your fucking hope is gone. You're so scared of the system, falling right for it, hopeless, helpless. In order to cope with your rape and captivity, you actually fall in love with this system. Protect the system and worship this system. And just like I said, NASA was installed after the civil rights time frame to take the power back from the people with illusion and distraction. Christianity and Catholicism was installed in the system after slavery and during slavery to create this dumbed down, soft ass version of interacting in your reality, of understanding your connection to spirit, of understanding your balances in masculine, the masculine fire and the feminine fire, shutting all that shit down and just being okay, hopeless in this slave program. Yes, celebrate not having the TV and not understanding the program. Good job. Well fucking done. Congratulations. You did it. Fuck everybody else, right? Not saying that you're going to do anything for them. What I'm saying is that there's a compassionate space by understanding that the system still exists and people are still subject to it. It's not for you to take on and wear it, but to have a compassionate understanding that it exists and know that there are people who are working to help other people realize that that system exists. By all means, follow your heart, follow your intuition, follow whatever the fuck it is that you feel you need to do. But if you're pushing some soft ass, punk ass version of reality, you need to get the fuck out of the way and let people do what it is that they do. This is a very intricate system. This is what this is the history of this colonial program. Giving you doggy treats, giving you toys, giving you the idea of freedom, giving you the Constitution, giving you the American flag, giving you Thanksgiving Day and a fucking turkey and syphilis, and giving you smallpox blankets, giving you cancer in your genetically modified foods, giving you your paper genocide, giving you your slavery, giving you Christianity, giving you Catholicism, giving you fluoridated water, giving you the military industrial complex, giving you the prison industrial complex. Do I have to fucking go any further than that? People have a very short attention span and a very limited version of history, which is the actual foundation to this system as a whole. This politics, these toys, this system, this is not new. This is ancient. Excuse me. Your ancestors had to go through this shit. And each time, they did the best that they could with what they had. People have information, more information than ever before today. The only thing that's lacking right now is the fire. The ability to understand that you have the potential to expand your consciousness outside of this slave mind consciousness that is normal. The escape mechanism for that is to just act like it doesn't exist, act like everything is okay, Or just like the New Age agenda, that's the main thing in the New Age agenda. Oh, that's those people. That's their reality. They're creating that reality for themselves. I used to be a part of that reality, but I'm not there anymore. So that's so good. I'm glad I'm there. I'm out of that. Yeah, good luck to those people. You call that fucking oneness? Call that unity? Call that humanity? It's fucking ignorance. It's separation. It's part of the design. This is why Oprah is teaming up on her Super Soul Sunday, and you got all these celebrities going into politics and the United Nations and all this other stuff. So eventually they will start talking about their spirituality and their understanding of humanity and what we should do and all this other shit. And it'll all be a part of a limited structure, just like they're telling you to vote. It'll be the same program. Off one slave ship onto another. From one illusion to another illusion. This system is normal. Pumping your head with the physical reality. Pumping your head with the fiat currency system. Pumping your head with the backwards and upside down versions of your energy centers. Pumping your head with this generic mayonnaise sandwich version of reality. This is why people are so distracted. Because the true history, the true understanding of what's been going on doesn't want to be revealed. Because that will remove the power, the illusory power of the haves and the have-nots. And since people are just so fucking worried about or are looking forward to them being now a part of the haves, the have-nots are not their problem. So you have the privilege to just look the other way. Is that right? Hey, maybe for them it is. Obviously, if they're making that decision, that's up to them. That's them. But when you step into other people's worlds and start passing judgments on how they exist, what information they share, for me specifically, I'm going to fucking say something about it. And it's not the first time this stuff has happened like this. And this information needed to get out to be shared anyway. I've shared it in multiple videos about the way this mentality of softening up the fire to dampen out the forward progress of consciousness as a whole. Now that every day, every single day, the system expands itself. Every single day you see a new NASA video. You see a new university coming out with a new fucking article about some shit. You see another lynching on the streets with guns. You see another dead so-called minority. You see another meme with some stupid ass version of understanding your reality. You see another punk ass video with these celebrities talking about, oh, well, you should just get out there and vote. That's what we really need to do. It's the expansion of the Stockholm Syndrome, expansion of the slave program. Schools and schooling are increasingly irrelevant to the great enterprise of the planet. No one believes any more than science that scientists are trained in the science of classes, or politicians in civic classes, or poets in English classes. The truth is that schools don't really teach anything except how to obey orders. John Taylor Gatto. Obedient, slaves, misinformed, uninformed, psychologically dormant, soft ass, cold, filled with illusion, animalistic batteries. Separating you from the actual history of the people, the actual human nature, the actual storylines. That's how this system exists. Excuse me. Until we realize where all these tentacles are going with this system, it doesn't take much. The status quo still exists in the illusory energy, to where people still believe more in the system than their own potential, than their own connections, in their own consciousness, in their own spirit, in their own soul, in their own fire, in their own physical reality capacity to make any kind of movement or forward progress. It still exists in the fear program. And the more and more information that gets shared, the more people will start to realize who and what they really are. And then start to create some kind of disassembling program of the illusion that happens individually and collectively, and start to reassemble our connections to spirit and nature as a whole. But first we have to stop working against ourselves. Stop worshiping these programs. Stop believing in these ridiculous ass ideas of reality. Start challenging ourselves to do and think more. Start connecting from a more of a compassionate space than a service to self sort of, I'm okay, I'm just alright, fuck everything else. Fine. If that's the way you think, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of the way then. Go not watch TV somewhere else. I'm not saying anybody should watch TV. What I'm saying is that that is a totally uncompassionate connection from my perspective to all the shit that I'm talking about and to what's really existing on the collective scale of the storyline. Individually, do whatever the fuck it is that you're gonna do. Nobody's gonna stop you. This story is bigger than that. And if you want to take care of yourself, that is your free will choice. Please, by all means, the more you take care of yourself, the quicker you do it, the quicker you realize whatever it is that you came here to realize. This is what this system is based upon. This is what this system is about. Taking the magic, taking the balances of science and spirit and that understanding, flipping it upside down and having it work against the people. And when it works against the people, then having them, the people, work against themselves. So once they're fighting themselves, spreading that fear, spreading that hatred, spreading those illusions within the system, for why they have these celebrities telling you, you want to make some change? Hey, just vote. You want to save the day? You better get out and vote. You better kiss my ass with all that bullshit. They are spoon-feeding cancer to babies. This is where my passion comes from why I do what I do. Why I share what I share, why I interpret my art into this outlet. Is because this is how I see it. those newscasters, those politicians, those professors, those celebrities, those musicians are spoon feeding your babies cancer every fucking minute of the day. Social media, movies, music, news, alternative news, this ridiculous ass version of humanity they're calling the New Age agenda, and this one world government and one world religion they're getting ready to throw on your ass. People are going to buy into that shit. Less people will buy into it if they know who they are and where they came from and how fucked up this whole system is and how far back this system goes. But since this is the only thing that people know about, this is how it exists. Worshipping these demons. They play every angle, like I said in all these other videos. This is not checkers. This is chess. For your soul. It is not new. This is old. This is ancient. This goes into the very natures of your connections to nature, your food, your water. You will be demonized if you say anything against this system. But this system will not be demonized when it tries to poison your water sources. When it actually does. When it has a history of digging up the bones of your burial grounds. Putting lead in the water. Bombing children. Scalping indigenous people, lynching, decapitating people, legally, segregation, legal slavery, legal apartheid, legalized genocides and massacres. It doesn't just stop there. It's not just about the blood and the death and destruction. It's about the death and destruction that happens upon generation down the line to those kids who had their father lynched. Those kids who watched their mother be raped by a slave owner. What that does to those generations. What telling you who and what you are. You're Hispanic. You're Latin. You're Black. You're African American. Those are all dead words. Has no connection to the essence of who and what you are. But that is normal. That is fucking criminal. But this is what we accept as our reality today. Why? Because it's softened up. Because they've got these celebrities to make you believe in this system. They got the news going on 24/7. They got social media and these newscasters on the alternative news and these late night talk show hosts, cartoons, movies, radio, telling you every fucking moment of the day, indoctrinating you, everything is okay. Everything is just fine. It's okay. Look, we're nice people. We're still going on to the Tonight Show, the late night show. We're still going on and talking about this stuff. Everything is A-okay, you know? Don't rock the boat. I'm still a fucking millionaire. And you're still eating genetically modified cancer. Don't say anything about that stuff. You don't want to be friendless. You don't want to be a bad person. You don't want people to not like you, do you? No, be like a celebrity. Wear what we wear. Do what we do. Drink what we drink. Laugh at what we laugh at. Call yourself what we call us ourselves. Oh, I'm a Latin. I'm a Hispanic. I'm an African American. It's a fucking dead language. Zombies. This is normal. Bulldozing Native American burial grounds. And this shit ain't new. It's happened right down the street from where I fucking live, where my family is right now. Dug up an ancient burial ground of the Ohlone people in the North Oakland, what is now Emeryville, the Shell Mound area. Dug it up all the way in the late 1800s. Built a fucking dance pavilion on top of a burial site, literally dancing on graves. Then they turned it into a Sherwin-Williams, an amusement park. Then turned it into a Sherwin-Williams. Now it's a fucking mall. There's still bones under there. They had to dig up the bones and they just threw the bones away. The artifacts they gave to UC Berkeley. These are not isolated incidents. This is actual fucking history. This is your mind. This river is your mind. If you're okay with this reality, you are the after. Filled with lead. Filled with dead species. Dead culture. You might be able to drink the water and live for a while. You might be able to get a few fish out of there. You might be able to even have a baby or two from that river. But that shit ain't nothing compared to the natural space of existence. These are these laws that were passed. This is this mentality that still exists in people today. 2015 is about Muslims, and 42 is about the Japanese. Before that, people were still in the mentality of slavery. This ain't nothing changed. All this build this wall shit, that's how fucking extreme they have to go to make you not even talk about, the system itself. Stolen land, the indigenous people, the aboriginal people. This is this enslavement program. And you celebrate it. And you call it forward progress. Because you wear a pink ribbon on your lapel. Still eating KFC. Talking about you're helping breast cancer awareness. Eating and feeding your kids cancer. Halloween is coming up. Getting ready to have all these kids go around door to door wearing dead costumes. Watching all these women walk around with no clothes on. Asking for cancer. I think that's the last slide. That's what this system's all about. Making you love far beyond the Stockholm Syndrome into celebrating this program. So yes, I will speak on these issues as long as I am guided to. And if that's a problem for you, don't watch these videos. Go away. Go live your life. Go be whoever it is and whatever it is you want it to be. So, in recognition of what I'm seeing is, I guess people are going to start to referring to October as White History Month for as long as it needs to be, because it's going to take some time for people to start realizing that this information exists. This is why they're expanding it all one state at a time. Oregon and was the first state, or whatever state was to deem Christopher Columbus Day or as Indigenous Peoples Day. Good job. Only 50 more, the 49 states to go. That's how they steal time. Tell you things are changing. Amplify it as if it's like everything. What about all the other states? Like, nope, fuck that. It's Columbus Day. It's about Columbus. Columbus is one of our idols, and we love this shit. Came here and genocided and massacred the Native American people. So fucking what? We got Thanksgiving Day. You don't like turkey? You don't like ham? You don't like pumpkin pie? You're un-American. All right. That program is imploding on itself. On its own, and along with people who are helping to share information. So I wanted to put this video together in recognition of all the people who are sharing information. Thank you, the subscribers. Thank you, the people who support sharing of information and support the expansion of consciousness. Support the compassionate perspective of understanding human nature and understanding the true depths of our history. Thank you truly to the people who support what I do here. And I just got up to 2,000 subscribers now, which is it's a good thing, coming from nothing, coming from like just throwing some videos together. And it's just a testament to how every little bit counts, and you can do whatever it is that you can do stuff. Like you can piece together whatever it is, as long as your heart's in it, as long as your intention is there, and it will follow. It will be what it is. As long as it's there just to exist, it's going to be what it is. And it'll grow and expand on its own. This is an example of individuals and on the collective scale. This is how I experience my reality. So when people approach other people from an ignorant perspective or counterproductive perspective, that's going to happen. That's going to be the way it is. That's what people do. They're just reflections of this system itself. It's designed to have people fight themselves, or run away, cower. That's the design. But we keep each other up. We keep each other afloat. We keep each other's fires lit. It's like when I speak about this stuff, I'm not speaking just for the Native Americans, the Mexican people, and the Aboriginal Americans. I'm speaking for the indigenous people and the Aboriginal people all over the world. All of the humans. The actual human storyline. Real information. Just what exists out there. How it all exists together. How we got to this point of self and collective destruction. And when will it stop? Like, I don't have any children, but I have God babies. They are my children. They will live past where they will live after me in this world. And we all have a responsibility to those babies. So I don't give a fuck about what anybody is really saying about how I'm talking about a certain thing. Get the fuck out of here with all that stuff. I got some shit I gotta do. I gotta do this. This is what I do. This is my art. So I'm gonna do this. This ain't for me. This is for everybody. It's for my God babies. It's for your God babies, for your children, for your grandchildren. If I can do this, then I will do this. So, yeah, thank you again to people who support this channel and who are also sharing information and who are on their journey of really questioning their reality and reconnecting with nature and natural law and their spirit as a whole, and who are helping other people. You are greatly appreciated. So until next time, from all my relations, peace, love, and harmony.